Michael Bublé tilde copyright arrived at Kelly Clarkson's show expecting a relaxed conversation about his music, family, and upcoming projects. The cameras rolled, and the audience cheered as both stars exchanged warm greetings. At first, everything seemed light-hearted, with casual banter about Michael's career and Kelly's admiration for his vocal talent. However, it didn't take long for the tone to subtly shift. Kelly asked a question about how he balances fame and family life, which Michael answered politely, though his smile didn't fully reach his eyes. Kelly, sensing curiosity from the audience, pressed it further, asking about the challenges he faced under public scrutiny. Michael's demeanor stiffened. While he was known for his charm, he wasn't expecting personal questions about the pressures of fame. The audience noticed his brief pause and tightened expression. Michael tried to answer diplomatically, mentioning that while he enjoyed performing, the constant public attention could sometimes feel intrusive. His responses, though calm, began to hint at growing tension. Kelly, aiming to maintain authenticity in her show, followed up with a question about recent tabloid rumors surrounding Michael's personal life. The atmosphere immediately thickened. Michael's polite tone shifted slightly, and he clarified that he preferred not to discuss unverified stories. The audience felt the change in energy as Michael leaned back in his chair, crossing his arms. Kelly, unaware that she had struck a sensitive nerve, continued, inadvertently pushing the conversation into uncomfortable territory. Michael's patience began to wear thin as Kelly kept circling back to his private life. He had agreed to the interview expecting to focus on music and his career, not speculation. His eyes flicked toward the production team as he took a deep breath, trying to remain composed. The audience sensed his frustration building. Michael's voice, though calm, carried an edge when he mentioned the importance of privacy. Kelly attempted to steer the conversation back to lighter topics, but the tension had already escalated. Kelly praised Michael's resilience and asked how he managed criticism over the years. Michael hesitated, giving a measured response about learning to stay strong. However, Kelly's follow-up about his personal relationships touched a nerve. Michael leaned forward, speaking firmly but politely, that certain topics were off-limits. He emphasized that his family life was sacred and not meant for public debate. The audience exchanged uneasy glances as the interview took a sharp turn toward confrontation. Attempting to diffuse the situation, Kelly shifted to Michael's upcoming projects and new music releases. Michael answered briefly but kept his focus on the message behind his songs. Despite the change in topic, he remained visibly uncomfortable. Kelly tried to lighten the moment with a humorous comment, but it did little to break the tension. The audience could see the strain as Michael's polite smile faded and his body language grew increasingly guarded. Kelly suggested discussing Michael's inspiration behind his latest album, hoping to reignite a positive energy. Michael responded, but his tone was clipped, reflecting the emotional weight of the earlier questions. He acknowledged that the creative process had been therapeutic but was careful not to reveal personal struggles. Kelly nodded, unaware that Michael's patience was nearing its limit. The subtle friction between them continued to mount, with the audience sensing an impending confrontation. As Kelly continued probing lightly, Michael's frustration became more apparent. He shifted in his seat and let out a quiet sigh, signaling discomfort. He stated that while he respected her intentions, certain questions felt intrusive. Kelly paused, realizing the conversation was veering into territory Michael didn't wish to explore. The studio fell silent for a moment, as if holding its breath, while Michael tried to maintain composure despite growing irritation. Kelly, trying to repair the mood, complimented Michael on his perseverance in the industry and his ability to stay authentic. Michael's response was calm but firm, emphasizing that personal integrity sometimes required saying no to uncomfortable discussions. The audience, now fully aware of the tension, watched intently. Kelly attempted to redirect to a discussion about Michael's philanthropic work, but the earlier strain lingered in the air, making even casual comments feel heavy. The conversation escalated when Kelly inadvertently referenced a past controversy that had been heavily reported in tabloids. Michael's expression darkened. He interrupted politely but decisively, stating that revisiting certain events was not productive. Kelly tried to apologize, explaining she only intended to provide context, but Michael's patience had clearly reached a breaking point. The tension in the room grew, and the audience could feel the emotional energy shifting from awkward to charged. Michael took a deep breath, his voice calm but resolute. "I came here to talk about my music, not revisit every rumor and story that's been printed," he said. Kelly froze briefly, realizing she had unintentionally crossed the line. The audience remained silent, captivated by the unexpected intensity. Michael's stance was clear: the conversation needed to respect his boundaries. Kelly, attempting to remain professional, nodded and expressed her understanding, but the moment of confrontation lingered. Michael stood up abruptly, signaling that he was ready to leave. The studio gasped, and the cameras remained rolling as he walked toward the exit. Kelly, caught off guard, remained seated, unsure of how to react. "I think it's best if I step out for now," Michael said, his tone polite yet final. The audience was stunned, unsure whether to applaud, remain silent, or react. Production staff quickly moved to ensure Michael could exit calmly, while Kelly watched, visibly shaken. Backstage, Michael's team greeted him and led him to a private room to decompress. The walk-off had been decisive but necessary, as he explained quietly to his publicist. He emphasized that while he respected Kelly as a host, the line between professional conversation and personal intrusion had been crossed. His composure returned slowly, though it was clear the incident had left an emotional mark. He reminded himself that maintaining boundaries was essential, especially under public scrutiny. Kelly addressed the audience during a commercial break, expressing regret for the outcome. She explained that sometimes conversations don't unfold as planned and that she never intended to make Michael uncomfortable. Her sincerity was evident, but the tension in the studio persisted. The audience whispered among themselves, reflecting on how quickly a seemingly routine interview could turn intense. Kelly's professionalism helped maintain some composure, though the emotional weight of the walk-off remained palpable. Producers met with Kelly off-camera to discuss how to proceed for the rest of the show. They advised her to maintain transparency with the audience, acknowledging the unexpected turn of events. Kelly, though shaken, expressed concern for Michael and a desire to address the incident respectfully. The crew appreciated her dedication to handling the situation with care. Meanwhile, Michael took time to recover, knowing that his actions were necessary for preserving personal and family boundaries. The media quickly picked up on Michael's walk-off, and headlines spread across entertainment news outlets. Some praised him for prioritizing mental health and boundaries, while others speculated about tension with Kelly. Social media erupted with commentary, and fans voiced strong opinions. Many supported Michael's decision, praising his honesty and courage. Others debated whether talk show interviews inherently required navigating uncomfortable territory. The incident became a viral talking point almost immediately. Michael's publicist released a brief statement, highlighting that the singer values his privacy and appreciates his fans' understanding. The statement reinforced that the walk-off was not personal toward Kelly but a reflection of Michael's commitment to protecting his family and mental health. Fans responded positively, showing overwhelming support on social media platforms. The response further demonstrated the importance of respecting personal boundaries, especially for public figures constantly in the spotlight. Kelly also released a statement, expressing respect for Michael and explaining that she never intended to create discomfort. She commended his professionalism and reiterated her admiration for his talent. Fans appreciated her acknowledgement, though discussions online remained divided. Some praised Kelly for her handling of the situation, while others suggested she could have approached the questions differently. The incident sparked conversations about empathy, sensitivity, and the balance between public curiosity and privacy. In the days following, Michael focused on music and family, avoiding public commentary. He used the experience as a reminder to prioritize personal peace and artistic focus over media narratives. Interviews with other outlets carefully respected his boundaries, allowing him to discuss music while keeping private matters private. Fans eagerly awaited his next performance, showing loyalty despite how or perhaps because of the walk-off incident. His actions reinforced the message that self-respect is crucial, Even in public life, Kelly continued her show, reflecting on the incident as a learning experience. She began preparing for future interviews with heightened awareness of sensitive topics. Kelly's openness about the situation with Michael demonstrated humility and a willingness to grow as a host. Fans of both stars engaged in ongoing discussions about the incident, exploring the pressures of fame, privacy, and the challenges of live television. The moment became a teachable example for the entertainment industry. As time passed, the walk-off was widely cited as one of the most talked-about moments in recent talk show history. It served as a reminder that even charismatic, seasoned entertainers like Michael Bublé copyright have limits when it comes to discussing personal matters publicly. Media professionals reflected on the incident, considering how hosts could balance curiosity with empathy. The event sparked discussions across podcasts, talk shows, and online forums, highlighting the complexities of celebrity interviews. Michael's music career continued to flourish despite the controversy. Fans remained supportive, expressing admiration for his commitment to personal boundaries. Interviews and appearances were planned with caution, ensuring respect for his comfort zones. Michael often emphasized that the experience reinforced the need for mindfulness and self-care. His dedication to maintaining his integrity and protecting his family's privacy won widespread respect across the music industry and among fans worldwide. Kelly's response to the walk-off helped her retain her reputation as a professional host capable of handling unexpected moments. She discussed the incident during behind-the-scenes interviews, stressing the importance of learning from live interactions and respecting guest boundaries. Her honesty and transparency with her audience garnered praise and set an example for aspiring hosts navigating sensitive interviews in a high-pressure environment. Months later, discussions about the Michael Bublé copyright walk-off continued to surface in entertainment circles. The incident was frequently analyzed on talk shows and podcasts as an example of navigating celebrity interviews respectfully. Media experts highlighted that the situation offered valuable lessons for interviewers and audiences alike, demonstrating the importance of empathy, patience, and understanding the human side of public figures. Michael, reflecting on the experience, emphasized in subsequent interviews that his actions were necessary for his mental health. He spoke about the importance of setting boundaries and staying authentic in an industry often focused on image over well-being. Fans applauded his openness, appreciating his candidness about the challenges of fame and public life. His ability to handle the situation calmly and assertively further solidified his reputation as both a talented artist and a thoughtful individual. Kelly, in future interviews, occasionally referenced the experience to discuss the challenges of live television. She highlighted how easily conversations could escalate and the importance of being sensitive to the emotional state of guests. Fans noted her transparency and ability to turn the incident into a teachable moment. Both she and Michael demonstrated that conflicts, when handled respectfully, could foster growth and awareness rather than lingering negativity. The aftermath of the walk-off prompted broader discussions in entertainment media about the role of talk shows in exploring personal topics. Many debated whether celebrities should always answer difficult questions or have the right to set limits. Michael's decision reinforced the idea that maintaining privacy and emotional well-being should take precedence. Kelly's professional handling of the incident highlighted the balance hosts must achieve between audience curiosity and guest comfort. Michael continued his tour and music promotions without referencing the incident publicly. Fans noted that he remained focused and composed, proving that the walk-off had not derailed his career. Instead, it became an empowering example of standing up for oneself while maintaining professionalism. His continued success showed that audiences respected his boundaries and valued authenticity over sensationalism. Kelly, reflecting privately on the incident, acknowledged that the experience deepened her understanding of human vulnerability. She recognized that public figures have emotional limits and that respecting those boundaries was essential to meaningful interviews. The incident also reinforced the need for careful preparation and empathy in live television, providing a blueprint for managing tense situations professionally. Ultimately, the Michael Bublé copyright walk-off became a defining moment in both his career and Kelly Clarkson's trajectory as a host. While initially shocking, It demonstrated the importance of self-respect, boundary setting, and professionalism. Both stars emerged stronger, having learned valuable lessons about communication, empathy, and managing public interactions. The incident remained a memorable example of how live interviews can challenge even the most seasoned entertainers, while also offering opportunities for growth and understanding.